Hey guys, what's up? JJJBoxing. So, I watched The Last Stand with Brian Custer. New episode just came out with Shakur Stevenson. And I thought it was a good episode, so I want to talk about kind of break down what I thought, what I liked from it and stuff. So, Shakur Stevenson, apparently, the reason why the Frank Martin fight failed, we kind of know. There's rumors and stuff, but pretty much Shakur is saying that he offered him 4 times the more money than Frank Martin has ever made, and he declined it. So he was going to make $1 million, and Frank Martin's highest payday, according to him, was $250,000. So that's Shakur's take on it. Obviously, Frank Martin has a take on it. So we talked about that a bit. So that fight fell through. There's going to be no Tank fight right now. There's going to be no Haney fight. Lomachenko said no, apparently, according to him as well. So to be honest, he's not going to be facing any marquee names next. It's not going to be any of those guys that we want him to fight. It's going to be someone that we don't really want to see him fight, to be honest, next. I forget what his name, who he's supposed to fight next. He mentions it. I forget his name now. But it's not someone who we want him to fight, you know what I mean? So, if it's not Lomachenko, if it's not Devin Haney, if it's not Tank Davis, if it's not Ryan Garcia, if it's not, Teofimo Lopez, if it's not there's a lot of more other names I'd rather see him fight than the names that are mentioned now, but it is what it is. In his opinion, Lomachenko said no, and Frank Martin said no to the $1 million he was offered. And he was kind of going into it how he doesn't understand why Frank Martin would say no to that, because he says if he was in his shoes, if someone offered me 4 times the money for a world title, I would take it. And I agree with Shakur if he's telling the truth, which there's always 2 sides to a story, but if it's flat out like that you offered him 4 times and it's for a belt and he said no, yeah, how can you say no to that, in my opinion? If you believe in yourself, you should do it. Even if you didn't believe in yourself, you're getting a world title fight. You're getting a chance. The only other thing I could think of is he wants to get a belt from a weaker champion just to say I'm champ, I guess. That's the only other thing I can think of. Because if you're not in it to get a belt or the money, what are you in it for, right? But maybe he wants to do it an easier way, a more sure way. Because obviously he'll be the heavy underdog against Shakur. So they talked about that. They talked about the Devin Haney stuff, how he went into the ring after the Lomachenko fight. He clearly thought Lomachenko won that fight. He even said it right after the fight. But he said that he thought he was going to get a Devin Haney fight. That's why he was going in the ring. Maybe it was going to spark something. But no, Devin Haney apparently offered him less than he's made in his other fights, so that would kind of make no sense. And I would, if Shakur is telling the truth and everything is like that, why? Yeah, there's no reason to take a fight with Devin if you're going to get paid less. Unless you just want to beat his ass, I guess. That's the only thing, but that would make no sense how Shakur would make less money against Devin Haney than he would against his previous opponents. That would make absolutely no sense, because Shakur hasn't even fought that big of names yet, to be honest, and he's made decent money, so why would he make less? That makes no sense. Yeah, so if that's the case, yeah, Devin kind of just doesn't want the smoke. Maybe he's pricing himself out, I guess. But you can only take Shakur's word for it, right? But everything he says sounds confident, like he's telling the truth. To me, he sounds but there's so many moving parts in this business, so you can't always go with one side completely, right? But I like his demeanor. He's confident. He sounds like he's in boxing to be the best. Because when he talked about Tank, he said the money's there, but it's not even really about the money. It's about facing the best. And I like really how he said that. I really resonate with that because I like when the fighters are in it for the legacy, in it for being the best, being the better man. Like, I am superior to you. Like, I like that mentality. I don't like when you're just in it for the money. It's a turnoff to me. But so I like how he said that. He's like, even if not for the money, I want to fight Tank for the legacy. And bringing me to my next point, he said the biggest fight in boxing he thinks in the future is going to be him versus Tank. He thinks that will be the biggest fight. And it could be, guys. It could be. If things keep on going its course, they keep on winning. It looks like Devin, I don't know, he's kind of out of the picture for now because Lomachenko clearly beat him, in my opinion. But styles make fights, so we want to see all of them fight each other. But Tank sells better than Haney, I'm pretty sure. Like, the guy's a knockout artist. The fights end in dramatic ways, whereas Haney, not so much. But Haney got a fan base too, so they'll both sell, but I kind of agree that Tank is obviously the bigger money fight. And yeah, styles make fights, guys, so we don't know who's better at this point. But Lomachenko did beat Haney. That just is what it is. That's my opinion. He clearly won, Lomachenko. So, but yeah, we still got to see a lot of these matchups, right? So we don't know who's the best yet. And then he predicted Charlo versus Canelo. He thinks it's a 50-50 fight. He says that Canelo's Charlo's a really good boxer. He's talked to him quite a bit. He likes him. He's a cool dude. He's going with his boy Charlo. But Canelo, when he touches you, he hurts you. And we all know what Canelo can do in that ring, he said. And that's why it's a 50-50 fight. Like, Canelo's been there and done that so many times. So I'm really excited to see that fight, guys. But Shakur's going with Charlo just because he likes him. But he says it's a 50-50 fight. He doesn't know who's going to win, really. So, yeah, check it out, guys. Last Stand with Brian Custer is a good interview. Like I said, I like Shakur's demeanor. He seems confident. People say he's cocky, but I think, he's a little bit cocky, but he's confident. He's in the sport to be the best, not just the money. And you can tell he has that really competitive nature that maybe some guys are lacking these days. They just want the payday. They just want the money. And I know you would say, oh, why doesn't he just accept Devin's offer then? But the thing is, though, if Devin's offering him less than what he's making for guys that aren't even that well known, that's just a disrespectful move to Shakur. When it comes to Frank Martin, he's offering 4 times more money, so that's totally different, right? Now, if Devin was offering double the money or more than his usual, I'm sure he would accept, you would think. But yeah, guys, boxing can be in business. There's a lot of moving parts, and the fighters want to fight usually. The fighters aren't scared of nobody, and if you're in this sport and you believe you're the best, you're not scared of nobody. You'll fight anybody. You believe you can beat anybody. But maybe sometimes the team gets in the way. They don't think they're ready, or their promoter or some kind of thing falls through where it's not the fighters. Maybe it's not their fault that it fell through. So yeah, guys, good interview. I want to see Shakur fight Tank, Ryan, Loma, Devin, Teofimo, all those guys, Prograis, all the guys around the division, right? I want to see them all fight each other. It will make very good matchups. I'm probably forgetting some fighters. There's a lot of good fighters around that division, so hopefully we get to see Shakur's skill at a higher level, because really he doesn't have a guy really on his resume that will catapult him to the next level yet. Like, we see the potentials there. He's beaten good fighters, but he hasn't beaten a great fighter yet. Like, I guess you could say a lot of them haven't, though. Like, they all haven't really fought each other, to be honest. The only, like, Tank fought Ryan, but Ryan was kind of green. I wouldn't say Ryan was there yet, but still a very good win. But I would say only Loma and Haney are the only two that have really fought each other out of all those guys. So Lomachenko has a win over Haney in my book, so I would say he has the best resume of all of them. But he is getting older, and styles make fights, and we won't know until they fight who's better, right? So, but I can tell you right now, I thought that Lomachenko was better than Haney that night. If they have a rematch, maybe it's different, I don't know, but Haney ran off from that rematch. So, but check it out, guys. Great interview. Shakur Stevenson on The Last Stand. This is Triple J Boxing. Take care, guys.